Are you planning to travel to New Zealand soon? Alright, then you have come to the right place. I love traveling and I like to share my experiences with everyone. This video is about my New Zealand travel which I did last year for you to plan your trip better. New Zealand is not a very big country, but it's divided into two islands, North Island and South. Now most people only travel to South Island, mainly the Queenstown area, and completely ignore the North Island. But in my view, it's a mistake. North Island is equally beautiful as South Island. And that's my first tip. Travel to North and South both. And to cover both South and North Island, what you can do is you can arrive at Auckland Airport and start your journey from there. And on your first day, you can explore Auckland City. It's just beautiful. I made a complete separate video on walking tour of Auckland, which you can see on my channel. Now, how to travel in New Zealand? The answer is rental car. There are many options available to choose from, but the one that I used and I absolutely loved it is a Snap Rental. They are pretty famous in New Zealand, so you will easily find a store nearby. And while you're here in Auckland, explore food around. There are some amazing options to choose from. We went to Portofino, which is an Italian restaurant where we tried some local beers and wine and had amazing food. For the next day, our plan was to go to Cathedral Cove, which is here. And it looks something like this. Beautiful, isn't it? But unfortunately, the roads were closed. And that's my second tip. You cannot rely on the planning you did months earlier before coming here. You have to check the condition on the very day you're visiting. Also, road closures are very common in New Zealand. You'll see it all over the place. So change in plan. Now we decided we will go to Blue Spring directly, but we will stop at Hamilton. If you have heard about Hamilton, then you have heard about Hobbiton movie set as well. So if you are Lord of the Rings fan, go visit it. There are tickets that you can buy online. I, on the other hand, decided to explore Hamilton. There is a very beautiful river walkway here in Hamilton. So we walked across the river and then we enjoyed some local cuisine and local beverages. And to spend the night, we booked this beautiful property from booking.com. which is little off the grid but not too far to reach. This is above the river Karapiro. And wait till you see the view we had in the morning. Imagine having your morning coffee in a place like this. It was absolute heaven. So this is our third day in New Zealand and our plan is to go to Blue Spring. And make sure you take out time to say hello to these beautiful families. So we started driving towards Blue Spring and we reached on time, but only to realize that Blue Spring is also closed. I was so much looking forward to visit Blue Spring because 70% of New Zealand's bottled water come from here. With the huge disappointment, I'm now heading towards the second destination for the day, which is Koirau Park. And this is one of the geothermal area which you can visit for free. Honestly, this place was unbelievable. This has 100 degrees Celsius boiling water and this was all due to geothermal activity around this area. Here you will also be able to dip your legs and relax a little bit in this hot water. We spent some time around this area and then we were headed towards our next destination, which is Inferno Crater. Now this is also a geothermal area, but this is not free. You will have to buy a ticket from outside, which is $65 per adult. Here you will see the scenery change almost immediately. So you will be crossing these lush green forests and then you are in the rocks where you have boiling water and then you will immerse yourself to the bluest water ever. Inferno Crater. Absolutely stunning. Now this is the lowest point to view the Inferno Crater, but if you're interested you can go for a hike and observe the Inferno Crater from other viewing points. By the way, due to the heavy sulfur content in the water, the whole area smelled like boiled egg. So it's not very pleasant to the nose, but very pleasant to the eyes. And to end this day, I'm now heading towards Taupo, which is not too far from here, and spend the night there. The rest of the plan is to explore the city and rest for the day. And look at this, can you believe it? This is a public bike repair. Very interesting. I was quite surprised by the cleanliness around. This is a public area and look how clean that is. Even the drain and the garbage bin was so pretty. Look at this. And for dinner, we tried some Thai food. Today is day 4 and I'm in Taupo. If you will ever go to Taupo, you cannot avoid this McDonald's because this is world's coolest McDonald's. Here, you can sit inside the aeroplane and enjoy a burger. Before leaving Taupo, we came to Cafe Baku to enjoy a breakfast. And now it's the time to go to our next destination, which is Huka Falls, which is quite famous. Good part about Huka Falls is that this location is not too far from car park. So it's a perfect place for anyone who's traveling with kids or anyone with old age. We spent about 30 to 40 minutes walking around this area and then it was time for us to move south. And in this drive, you cannot miss to notice these yellow flowers. I don't know the name of them, but they were so pretty. If you know the name, please let me know in the comment section. And the drive was so beautiful that we decided we will take a break. And today we are not going to any restaurant, we will enjoy our own food. I've seen so many videos of people saying New Zealand is very expensive and the groceries are expensive, but coming from Sydney, it didn't seem expensive to me. And it's quite inexpensive to just make your own sandwich and have it wherever you want without looking for restaurants. I love nature, greeneries and flowers, so after finishing the food, we went around for a walk in this area and explored all of these wildflowers. They were so pretty. For tonight, I've tried to do something different. Instead of staying in a regular hotel, I've booked a holiday park. I've never stayed in a holiday park before, so that would be an experience for me. And I'll take you on that experience with me too. Let's go. So this is Motutere Bay, Top 10 Holiday Park, which is in the bank of Taupo Lake. They have various options available here. You can book a unit like I booked it, and you can also book a campsite. If you book a private unit, you get a bedroom and a private bathroom. When I was booking this property from booking.com, there was an option to choose the lake view domes as well, which I ended up not booking, but I am very curious to see how that was. So I'm going there to check out. Okay, so it looks like this. Not bad. And this is one of the empty spots that somebody can book and hook their trailer to this. New Zealand has so clear and precise waste management. Look at this. Have you seen these many colors of bin? This is different for covered plastic cans, clear, brown and green. Now if you do book these lake facing domes, how do you clean and how do you cook? The answer is this. This is an open laundry, and next to this they have a open kitchen. Look how cool this is. This is an open barbecue and an open dining room. And a very cute kitchen garden. They had spring onion, thyme, sage, rosemary, parsley and lemongrass. And of course, they had a public toilet as well. So my conclusion is that the next time when I come to New Zealand, I'm gonna book this one because this sounds like amazing. I enjoyed my rest of the evening with these birds and a pizza and a focaccia that we got it packed from Taupo. And this is the end of day 4. Day 5, and today is a big day because I'm going to do a 16-kilometer hike. And I am at Tongariro National Park and I'm going to do the Alpine crossing. After doing a lot of research, we decided that we will start our hike from the finish point and then we will go to a red crater and come back the same way. Alright, some key points to remember when you go for such a long hike. Invest in a good hiking shoe. It's a must. I would recommend buying this brand, which is Merrell. These boots are really awesome. Other than that, carry yourself a very lightweighted bag with some extra jacket or wind cheater, 2 liters of water, some snacks in your bag. Wear your clothes in layers. For example, I'm wearing 3 layers today. A pair of good sunglasses and hat. Quite a bit portion of this hike was not paved, but there were these orange arrow marks to indicate that you're walking on the right way. And I'm finally at the Blue Lake after walking for about 5 hours. And the red crater is in this direction. And this is the Emerald Lake and the red crater. It's time to go back. At this point I'm completely exhausted, but going back is also 5 hours. But can't do anything about it. Have to do it. But I think these sceneries helps a little bit. After completing the hike, we were so exhausted, but we had to drive about 4 hours to reach to our hotel, which is very near to our next destination for tomorrow. This is day 6. I had booked one Belgrace hotel, which is very near to Mount Taranaki, and look, this property was beautiful. It was next to a river and beautiful views. And it started to rain, so we decided to take a break, enjoy some coffee and food. And for that we came to Elixir. Check out this place if you're nearby. They had amazing ambience and a very friendly staff. And do you know, in New Zealand they call this potato toasty, but this is nothing but a hash brown. Alright, plan for today is to hike to Reflective Tarn, where you can get to see the reflection of Mount Taranaki. Alright, so we'll start from the car park, which is here. And this is our destination. And Mount Taranaki is here in the Egmont National Park. I would rate this hike as medium difficulty because there is a lot of elevation. It's 6 kilometers one way, so in total 12 kilometers. The walk was amazing, but do remember there are a lot of stairs. Before starting the hike today, I did check the temperature and the weather. It's not supposed to be cloudy or rainy, so I'm hoping I'll be able to see the reflection. But my hope was shattered just after I reached the top. It was so cold and so windy, and the Mount Taranaki was completely under the clouds. I was still very positive, so we kept walking towards the place where the reflection is visible from. But there was no reflection whatsoever. The Taranaki mountain was still shying away under the cloud and was not ready to show up. And in case you're wondering what is reflective tan, there you go. Imagine if there was no cloud today, I would have been able to see it myself. And there were some professional photographers waiting here as well with us, and they said it's very normal for clouds to behave this way, but in some time the clouds will subside and you will be able to see the reflection. But it was so cold out here that I don't think I could wait any longer, so we decided to head back. We spent the rest of the evening strolling around New Plymouth area. This is a famous bridge over here. If you come here on a non-cloudy day, you will be able to see Mount Taranaki even from here. This is Clock Tower. And this is the famous Patterson Lindley Museum with a shimmering facade. Looks so beautiful. And for dinner tonight, we went to a Mexican restaurant where we enjoyed some nachos and some enchiladas. Now it's time to rest and wait for tomorrow. Today is day 7. This is my last day in the North Island, and I will be heading towards Wellington. So yesterday we stayed at Stratford Mountain House, which is also very famous for their breakfast. So we tried some mocha, a big brekkie and some pancakes. We had to hit the road quickly because we wanted to spend most of our time today in Wellington, which is about 4-hour drive from here. And we finally reached Wellington. Do you know Wellington is known as the coffee capital, so you must have to try a coffee here. And this was the best coffee I ever had. And I noticed all the buses here had this bike rack in the front to carry the bikes. How thoughtful. And then we were headed towards Cuba Street, which is a very vibrant street and very famous for different kind of cuisines. And after walking on the Wellington street, I discovered Wellington has some of the best street art and sculpture. Look at this one. Or this one. This turned out to be a washroom. Or this one. Or this one. But hands down, my favorite is this one. I actually thought the pillar has collapsed. And now I'm at Mount Victoria Lookout and meet this native New Zealand bird. Her name is Tui. From this lookout, you get to see Wellington 360 degree. And then we went to see the famous Wellington sign. And it was time for another coffee. Belen is a very famous vegan cafe that serves amazing pastries and coffee. And we tried the very famous almond croissant and mocha. And now I'm going for a cable car ride. You can buy a ticket from the ticket counter. It's $12 return ticket per adult. The cable car ride is about 10 minutes. Here you can enjoy the view, and once you reach the top, there are multiple other things to do. and we decided we will go to Botanical Garden, which is free. Look how big is this leaf. After walking in the botanical garden, we went back and decided to have lunch. For lunch, we went to Higher Taste, which is an Indian restaurant, and I was very surprised. The food was amazing. They had a lunch buffet going on, so we enjoyed almost everything on the menu, and it was delicious. So this is all I did in the North Island, and tomorrow I'm heading to South Island. This is day 8. Today we are going to Picton. To go to South Island from here, we will have to take a ferry, and since we already have a car, we will carry our car with us. You can book the ferry transfer online, and this costed us $250. All you have to do is park your car here and go upstairs. This ferry was so big. They had 3 floors. On the lower level, they had a lot of sitting area, their own bar, a TV room, a small pantry, and a cafe. On the upper level, they had a private zone, which is a silent zone where you can come for reading or just relaxing. And finally, this is the topmost floor of the ferry. With your ticket, you can sit anywhere you like. Just remember, the ferry goes really slow, so enjoy coffee or any beverages on the way. And after about 4 hours, we are here in Picton. Picton was so quiet and peaceful. There was literally no one around us. So before going to our hotel, we walked a little bit around this area. The sky was beautiful. And for tonight, we have booked Picton Yacht Club Hotel. And they serve amazing food. So we enjoyed a lot of food, and that's how we ended our day 8. Want to know how I spend my next 7 days in South Island? I will post the video very soon. If you like my content, please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!